This episode is brought to you by theweddingplanner.co.nz. Welcome back to the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. My name is Lydia. I am your host and a wedding photographer at Lydia Rachel Photography. On today's episode, I'm chatting to the lovely Briar. Her and her husband John had a beautiful wedding at Pah Homestead in Auckland. You may have seen this wedding gracing the pages of Vogue. It was a really beautiful one, photographed by Johnny Scott Photography. We chat through their love story, a beautiful New York proposal, planning a wedding from the other side of the world, the whole creative process, and being really intentional with choosing their vendors, including family and friends, and being intentional with meaningful moments on their day. How Briar designed her own dress and what that process was like. We hear all about the day and she gives some amazing advice as well. I know you're going to love this one. Let's get right into it. Enjoy episode 72 with Briar. Hi Briar, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. So excited to chat all about your wedding.
Thank you so much for having me.
To get started with, if you could just tell me a bit about you and your husband, how you guys met and your life together.
Yeah, so we met during COVID. I live in New York, so we met here. Our first date was at like a little bar in Williamsburg here in Brooklyn called Hotel Del Mano, and that's actually where later on we had our mini wedding there in 2022, and then we had our big wedding in New Zealand early this year in 2024. We're based here in New York, and he is from New York.
So you met, dated for a while, then got engaged. Can you tell us a bit about your proposal story?
Yeah, we dated for about a year and a half, and I think at that time in our life we were both really ready to like find our person and a lot more intentional and just ready to like settle down and find the one. But yeah, our engagement story was really cute. It was like he put me on a bit of a like wild goose chase, but it was like a Saturday morning in New York. I'd like just gone for brunch with my my flatmate Johanna, and I'd like come home, went into my room, and there was just like all these candles everywhere, and like a letter from John, which was so cute. And at the end of the letter, it was like, go to the place where we met. So I walked from my apartment to the little bar that we met at and was walking up to the bar, and his friend was like walking towards me, and she was like, I have something for you. And she had like another little letter from him, which was so cute. And at the end of that one, I was like, go to your favorite like place, your favorite view, and your favorite place to walk over and run over, which is the Williamsburg Bridge, which I used to run over every day when I lived in that area of Brooklyn. And yes, I was like walking there, probably looking like a crazy person, like crying, knowing what was like about to happen, and so happy and excited. And then like got to the base of the bridge and was starting to walk up, and my friend was walking down, and she was like, he's up there, he's waiting for you. So walked up, I saw him, and we just like walked along the bridge and chatted for a bit, and then he proposed to me up there with just beautiful view in the background. It was a beautiful day in New York, so it was really special. And just like sentimental places and words, which is really really meaningful to me. And then we had dinner with some friends that night, and then he had like done a surprise engagement party, so we went to a bar after, and there was like all our friends and a bunch of his family there and stuff. So it was really special.
Amazing, a cute little journey, and all those thoughtful moments and just epic spots. Hearing anything about New York, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. But sounds so beautiful. So did you had you been one of those girls that like dreamed about your wedding? Did you know what you wanted? Had like a vision and vibe in mind? And yeah, what were those kind of first steps? Finding a venue, all of that.
I honestly hadn't really thought about it. Um, I wasn't really one of those girls that had thought about my wedding day or anything like that. But I think being a creative, I'm a designer and a stylist, so I love so many elements of like what creates a wedding. I think I loved thinking about and creating, and yeah, it was fun. A it was a like a hard process, but it was fun and enjoyable being able to kind of design a day that was really meaningful to us. But yeah, I think we just wanted it to be really like personal and sentimental. I think having like our two worlds come together, that was like one of the big focuses of the day. I think being from two different countries and meeting in COVID, and yeah, just it was such a journey kind of molding our two worlds and our two lives together. So the wedding was really like a long time coming, and just having both of our families and our loved ones like in one place together, I think we were very aware that this it might be kind of one of the only times that we ever have all those people in one room, and that was going to be really a really special moment and something we really needed to like think about and cherish. And I think, yeah, things like the dinner table, we really wanted everyone to be seated at one long table, so it was meters and meters long, and it was so incredible. But it was such a special feeling having like all of our people seated at one table. So yeah, looking down like each end was it was a really powerful moment. Honestly, I think for both of us, we definitely didn't take it for granted, and yeah, it was one of like the really special moments of the day. I think that dinner table and having everyone there. But yeah, I think in terms of like the design, I think, yeah, choosing every element of the day and having everything kind of in an aesthetic that we loved and was unique to us was really important. Yeah, I definitely think everyone should kind of think about things and everything, yeah, being unique to you as a couple, I think is really important. We both really love like warm, kind of neutral colors, so that informed a lot of like the flower choices and details. And I think, yeah, I really love like soft kind of fluid design lines, and that, informed a lot of like my dress silhouette, my bridesmaids dresses, the flower girls dresses, which my mum made, and like the invitations, just, small details like my shoes, my earring, the cake. I think you really want every element to be really unique to who you two are as individuals. Yeah, like with flowers, I think I wanted it to be really like sculptural and unique. And I think picking a vendor, we had Ruth Fiona Floral do our flowers, and having a vendor that really like aligns with your vision and what they create, and what is their aesthetic as well. I think that was really important to choose vendors that aligned with what you wanted and aligned with you aesthetically. Yeah, Ruth was so incredible. She, I think, works in like a pretty similar way to how I work and what I do. She, there was like so much mood boarding, and we concepted together, and we were on, multiple like Zoom calls for like hours, just like trying to figure out design decisions. And I feel really lucky that I think all of the vendors that we had were just really aligned with what we wanted and were really great to work with. And I think things like that were like really important. But yeah, we had the ceremony at my batch in Little Huia, where my dad's side of the family, they all have batches through that whole valley. So that was really sentimental to my family and me, and I really wanted the place where we kind of had the ceremony to be a meaningful place, and that now is a meaningful place to John as well. I think just him coming into the family and now spending a lot of time in that area of New Zealand and it being special to him as well. I think that was really great to be able to have the ceremony like in a place like that. And then the reception we had at a different venue. We had it at Pah Homestead. More so logistics of needing it to be at a place where we could cater and have that many people able to, be there and have space and all the facilities that we kind of needed. So yeah, that was a really special venue as well. And we had gone and viewed a whole bunch of different venues, and as soon as we saw that space, it really made sense for us. And yeah, it was just an amazing size. It had really great like indoor outdoor flow. It kind of had that nature element that carried over from being where my batch is in the Waitakere Ranges, and that where Pah Homestead is. It's in Mount Cecilia Park, and it's just such a beautiful. The nature there is just so stunning as well. So I think, yeah, having nature kind of throughout was really special and important. And then the art element at Pah Homestead, they have the Arts House Trust art collection. So that was really suited us as a couple. Both John and I really love art, and it was special to be able to have that kind of as part of the day as well, so the guests could like roam through the galleries during the cocktail hour and see different exhibitions and walk through the grounds and see the sculptures and different things that were like that we loved. We could kind of weave in through the day itself. Yeah, I think the details of everything, I definitely have like a really detailed eye, and that's really important to me to have each element be kind of special to us and specific to us. And yeah, we tried to do that as much as we could through every part of what makes up a wedding and what made up the elements of the day.
It looked so beautiful in your photos. The Pah Homestead's such a cool spot as well. That's about 5 minutes down the road from where I live, so around
Oh,
there a lot.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
so
so lucky.
beautiful. Great for
Yeah,
brunch as well. Anyone, there's a little
yeah,
cafe in there now. But yeah, so such a special spot, and yeah, so cool to hear all that thought behind the planning and the locations. You've mentioned a bit in there, but did you have a few kind of top priorities that were the most important things on the day for you?
yeah. I think, like I said, the venue, having a place that was like meaningful, that was really important. The like ceremony itself was under like the pear trees that my great great grandfather had planted. So like things like that were really important in terms of like elements of the day and making it up. The food also was really important. I think both of us living here in New York, we love eating out and going to really beautiful restaurants, and so we wanted to make sure like the food on the day was really amazing, and that was an important part of it to us. Tara, who was the resident chef at Pah Homestead, she was so incredible. I think she's from the UK originally, and yeah, had a really like international perspective on things. And her background as like a restaurateur in Auckland was really impressive. And yeah, she was just so like kind and easy to work with. And with the food, we really wanted to have the dinner served family style. That's like a way that we really like to eat when we have like dinner parties at our apartment in New York with our friends, and it just felt like very us. So that was really great to be able to do it in that way. And yeah, Pah Homestead was so amazing with kind of anything like that or thought or request. They were like, yeah, let's make it work. And they were really like down for um anything really. So the food was, yeah, definitely didn't disappoint. Tara was so amazing. And then I think also the outfits for the day were both really important to both of us. We both love clothes. um me working in fashion, and I mean, John loves clothes just as much as I do. I feel like his wardrobe is just as big as mine. But yeah, we wanted, our outfits to be like a really special part of the day. I knew I wanted to design my dress. I just like couldn't see myself in a, like, I guess a more traditional white dress. It just wasn't me. So yeah, that process of designing it was really special. I found a really beautiful silk jacquard fabric in New York, and that kind of, it started to inform where the design went. It had like these calla lilies all over it, so that was a big part of how Ruth interpreted the flowers, and she brought in a lot of calla lilies through all the different floral elements of the day, and my bouquet and my bridesmaids, and yeah, the dress itself. I'm trying to think back. Yeah, I had like, I think I just like pulled different imagery and different things that I really loved, and slowly it kind of started to come together. There was a vintage bra that I really loved, like the neckline of, so that informed the neckline of my dress, and the overall silhouette was taken off like the 1950s film with Audrey Hepburn, Sabrina. So that informed like the skirt silhouette part, and that was really fun. There was like an overdress, very like 1950s, and then that came off at the reception, and I just had like a more of a slim lined dress, that like part of the dress underneath. So yeah, just it was fun being able to design that and have so much fun wearing it on the day. And then John's suit, it was custom made. It was like a double breasted suit, which he really loved, and he had all his groomsmen in the same suit as well. So it was really beautiful and cohesive, and that was what he wanted. And it was, yeah, it was so special, and he loved wearing that on the day as well. And I think, yeah, just feeling really good and feeling excited about all of those parts was, yeah, really special. The shirt that he wore, we got in Paris, on like a trip that we went on prior, and so yeah, every little element was like an exciting, yeah, process and part of what made up the day. And then I'm trying to think what else was like really important. I guess also, yeah, the photography was like an important part of just like capturing and remembering the day for us, and we really wanted it to be like a little bit more editorial in style. And I'd worked with Hone before, who his wedding photography is under Johnny Scott, and he's done like such an incredible job. We were so grateful for like his work. He has such an incredible eye. Yeah, and I'd worked with him in like a work capacity on a few different shoots in the past, and I knew we worked together really well, and we really understood each other's eye and aesthetic, and he is just such a like genuine person and so fun to work with. So yeah, he'd like offered to shoot our wedding, so we jumped at the chance, and yeah, he's just, that was an important part, I think, just in terms of like capturing the day and remembering it for the years to come. And yeah, we're so grateful for the beautiful work that he created. So yeah.
He's so amazing what he does. I've known him for years as well, and he's such a fun personality to have on a wedding day as well. Always brings the laughs. But yeah, incredible, beautiful work. That was my next question about like your outfits and how that whole process went. Are you a bride or groom in New Zealand feeling overwhelmed by the thought of your big day? I get it. Planning your dream wedding is a journey filled with excitement and a little bit of stress too. The last thing you want is to worry about the details on your wedding day. That's where the wedding planner comes in. They specialise in wedding day of coordination, ensuring everything runs smoothly from start to finish. They have an experienced team right across New Zealand that takes care of all the details so you can focus on enjoying every magical moment. From managing vendors and timelines to handling unexpected hiccups, they've got it covered. Let the wedding planner turn your wedding dreams into a flawless reality. They're New Zealand's go-to for a stress-free and perfectly coordinated day. The wedding planner has an exclusive offer just for listeners. Mention the podcast when booking and receive their comprehensive venue walkthrough and ceremony rehearsal add-on, valued at $250 with any package. Get the extra peace of mind you need just before your big day arrives. Visit theweddingplanner.co.nz to inquire and book a consultation to make your special day everything you've imagined and more. Thank you so much to The Wedding Planner for supporting this episode of the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. Who was in your bridal party? Did you find that an easy process choosing them?
Yeah, we both had quite big bridal parties. John has like a really big high school group, so I knew that his boys were all really important to him. So he had them and his brother. So I knew that I was going to have quite a big bridal party as well. So I had my three sisters who are just, yeah, like my best friends are everything to me. I honestly couldn't do life without them. So I had them. I had my two childhood best friends, Micah and Jess, and then my bestie from university, Gabby, who I also moved to New York with, and then Olivia, who I've also like known forever, and it's just the best gal ever. So yeah, they were both quite big bridal parties, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, I love that. It's definitely makes it like a fun vibe having just a good group and all your favorite people around you. How about the guest list? Did you find that quite tricky to narrow down?
Yeah, I feel like that was honestly like the hardest part of the wedding planning for us. At the end, we had about 112 people on the day. It was really, I think the guest list is like one of the hardest things. I guess it was a unique situation where my side of family and friends in New Zealand, to them it was like an Auckland wedding, but for John's side and for our friends in New York, it was like a destination wedding. So a lot of people from this side kind of couldn't come, or I guess it was a unique situation where, like, because for half the people it was a destination wedding, it was a bit more like the numbers cut down a little bit. But yeah, we were so grateful for like a whole bunch of John's family that came over, and a whole bunch of our friends from New York, who were able to come. So yeah, his sister, unfortunately, she had a baby like right when it was our wedding, so she couldn't come. So that was like one of the really hard parts of the day, missing her. And John is really close to her, so that was hard. But yeah, overall, we were so grateful for like so many people flying out to New Zealand from New York and from Europe and from Australia and all over. But yeah, it was a really good number. I think that around like 112 people is a great amount of people. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a good number. It's such a tricky process for everyone. Yeah, nice that you said you had like a little New York celebration as well. So I guess celebrating on both sides of the world. That's so cool when people travel that far for you as well. That's incredible. Can you tell us a bit more about the day and any highlights or favorite moments?
Yeah, so us girls, like me and my bridesmaids, we got ready at my parents' place, which is about 20 minutes from the batch where we had the ceremony. So that was just like a really mellow, relaxing morning. It was really nice. I think, yeah, having Ray, who did our makeup, and Caitlin, who did hair, they were just so like great at setting the tone of just keeping everything really calm and enjoyable, and not stressful. And so yeah, it was a really enjoyable, beautiful morning. Just getting ready at home for us girls, and then the boys had stayed the night out at the batch, where the ceremony was, and so they got ready there. So that was really nice, just being able to like have the morning with our key people. And then we had hired shuttles to take all the guests out to the batch. We just really wanted to like have it be a bit more enjoyable and take off any stress for people. So so everyone kind of came into that little Huia area of Auckland to the batch. And then the ceremony was really special. John walked down the aisle with his mum and dad, and all his boys came down. They walked down to Elvis, and then my bridesmaids and like all my nieces and nephews were the little flower girls and flower boys, as I like to call them. So they all walked down the aisle to the song's called "Baby I'm Yours," um, which is like such a sweet song. And then I walked down with my mum and dad. It was really important for me to walk down with both of them, and they're both, have made me who I am, and I'm so grateful for both of them. And that was really, I think, a really special moment walking down and seeing all of our loved ones and seeing John at the end of the aisle, and the sun was like shining through the trees, and it was just really special. And Etta James was playing, which I love, that whole like era of like old school 1950s kind of jazz, and we had a lot of that kind of playing through in the background, like music on the day. And then my brother facilitated the ceremony, and then our sister-in-law on John's side, she said a prayer during the ceremony. My other brother, he read a passage. And just I think that was important to have our family really a part of every element of the day. And as those key people, my other brother was the MC, and it just was so special to have like be able to have them all be a part of the wedding day. And during the ceremony we had John's half Filipino, so we had like a traditional Filipino veil and cord part of the ceremony, which was really beautiful, kind of being able to bring in some of his heritage into that. And then after the ceremony we had like champagne and sparkling water, and we just did fresh fruit at the batch. I had some friends who helped make these beautiful kind of fruit towers. My mum had sourced all this vintage silverware, all these silver dishes. So I had some friends and some of my siblings kind of help create all of that before the ceremony began. And I think it was really nice just to have something light, and it was, a summer day in February, so it was just a lovely kind of post ceremony time for people to mingle and chat and have some champagne. And then everyone shuttled to the reception, which, as I said, it was at Pah Homestead, which was just such a special venue. We did a cocktail hour. Everyone kind of went and saw exhibitions and walked around the grounds, and just relaxed and chatted. We did the seated dinner, which was I think that was probably one of our favorite moments. We did the speeches at the dinner as well, and all the speeches were like really unique and special, and like everyone was crying, and that was definitely like one of our favorite parts of the day. Being able to enjoy like a beautiful meal together, and have everyone there. And then we had our cake, which was like my dream cake. It was like covered in these beautiful petals, and we wanted to do a flavor that like we would actually order, and so we did like a pistachio with pistachio cream, which is
Amazing.
something that we would order, rather than doing like
Mm.
a vanilla cake or something that we wouldn't normally choose ourselves. So that was the cake was so amazing. And we did like a little ice cream cart outside, little latte ice cream, which was really fun. And then I think after that the DJ like started inside. So that was really really great. The DJ that we got, he also plays saxophone, so he was like just like the life of the party. Everyone was like having the best time dancing, and having kind of that live music element as well was just like so unique and so fun. And we made sure we like had a few merengue and like salsa songs, kind of nodding to John's. He's half Dominican as well, so we wanted to kind of have a little bit of that music weaved in to like our playlist. And yeah, it was just so fun being able to dance late into the evening. And yeah, it was great.
Sounds like such an incredible day. So many, yeah, amazing moments. So cool to hear all about it. And what did you find the hardest part of wedding planning? Was there anything you look back on and regret or would do a little bit differently?
I think it was pretty hard planning it from the other side of the world. It was pretty tricky at times. I thankfully had like, my mum and my sisters and my bridesmaids were there to kind of help out with anything on the ground that was needed. But it definitely had some challenging kind of moments not being able to be there, or like, quickly meet with a vendor or whatever, made things a little bit trickier. Regrets, I feel like I think I think I would say like just to anyone who's like planning a wedding, I guess like really try and enjoy every part of it. And it goes by so quickly, and I think I had so many people tell me that. And you kind of forget when you're like stressed and in the moment. And but it's a great thing to try and remind yourself of. Yeah. And I didn't have a wedding planner or anything like that either, so I had my friend Mel, who works in events. She was kind of a point person on the day, so I think that was super helpful. And I definitely recommend that if you can kind of have someone to kind of knows the run of the day and can kind of put out any fires or any things that kind of come up and go wrong, which they will. I feel like there's something that always is going to go wrong. And it was great kind of having someone that could help with any kind of situations like that.
Such good advice. Did you guys go on honeymoon straight away? What did planning that look like?
We still haven't.
I mean, you'd obviously
Everything.
traveled far for your actual wedding, so
Yeah,
family time with everyone.
there was a lot of just like catching up with everyone back home. Um, and I think for us, like everything has been really out of the traditional order for us, and meeting in COVID. And it's been like, yeah, a long kind of process to kind of come to that day of finally having our big wedding in New Zealand. And yeah, we still want to get to that honeymoon at some point. We're planning to go to Italy for that. And we have one of John's really good friends who is having her wedding in Italy next year, so we might do like tack on a week on the end of that and spend a week somewhere on the Amalfi Coast and make that our very belated honeymoon. So that's the plan.
Beautiful. Good idea. Nice. And obviously you're a very creative person, do that as a job, have yeah, a lot of amazing ideas already. But did you use any resources while planning that were helpful, different websites, apps, anything like that?
We had like a Google spreadsheet, which I think Excel has like a wedding template, which was actually really helpful, to kind of both John and I have access to, and both be able to kind of work away at things. So that was, yeah, that was helpful to kind of have everything in one place. And then I had like a Pinterest and an Instagram saved folder, which helped me in terms of like visualizing and building like mood boards. I like can't help myself.
Mm.
It's, what I do for work. But yeah, building out kind of visually what do I want like the flowers to look like in the dress, and things like that. So I think that's helpful, being able to have visual and also like an organized place where you can kind of have everything.
Amazing. You've given loads of amazing advice already, but yeah, is there anything else you would say to couples that are planning their wedding at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be like such a whirlwind. It's such a blur of a day, but just try and be really present in each moment and each conversation, and enjoy every element of it. Yeah, I think it is such a unique event where you kind of have two sides coming together, you and your partner's side, and especially, you know, when people are traveling and people from different countries, and things like that is such a blessing to be able to have everyone in one room, and yeah, just try and enjoy it and make the most of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. It's so good. What is married life like now? Do you feel like you got any of the post-wedding blues?
I definitely got the post-wedding flu. I
Mm.
had a massive cry the next day.
Mm.
It was
Such a
covered in
like come
soda.
down of like adrenaline and emotion. It's
Yes,
so normal. Yeah.
yes. No, definitely. I think, yeah, it's such a build up, and you've done, put in so much work planning it all, and it is really sad when it's over. But yeah, married life is amazing. I get to, do every day with my favorite person by my side, and I'm so grateful to be able to have him and have found him. Yeah, and I think just like the level of commitment to each other and being able to share your life so intimately with someone else is just such a special thing. So
Mm.
yeah, loving it.
Yeah.
Very grateful. Yeah.
Amazing. It's been so lovely to chat to you today. Is there anything else you wanted to add as we wrap up?
I don't think so. It's been so nice to chat to you too, Lydia.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.